Hi besties, it's Krystal, your Leo best friend. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. From my heart, I thank you for being here. There are millions of videos on YouTube, so I thank you so much for choosing this one. Last week, I left you guys off about talking about emotional immaturity and what that looks like. This week, I'm going to dive into what emotional maturity is and what are the signs of that. Also did want to let you guys know that I started a podcast that I am going to be posting on Tuesdays. I don't know all the details yet, but that is going to be a little bit more of my everyday life, just different topics that I would want to talk to my bestie about. So if you guys want to support me in any way, subscribe to this YouTube and also go follow my podcast. It is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. So enough of me, but I will move on to the next step. So the next step is going to be to really see what emotional maturity is, to be able to look for the signs so that you know a destination that you want to get to. Because when you're doing this work, it is really hard to see like the end of the tunnel to like, okay, am I healed yet? Am I fully healed yet? Honestly, I don't think we ever will be fully healed just because so much stuff happens every single day to everyone and different situations. So it's just about learning and expanding and setting a little end goal for you, like, oh, I want to be able to get to that emotional maturity. It's just little goals that you can set, and then once you get to that goal, then make another goal for yourself. It's really about just evolving and keeping going on, so you just don't let yourself down. So I will go into the signs of emotional maturity. Also, I do want to add in here, if you watched last week's video, I mentioned how connecting to your moon sign in astrology gets you to see what your emotional needs are and emotional safety is when it comes to your moon sign, because the moon is connected to our emotions. So if you have any questions about that or want to know more information, I have a highlight on my Instagram specified for astrology, and under that highlight you will see that I did a little astrology lesson about what your moon sign is and how you can meet your needs and your emotional needs. So go ahead and check that out if you're someone that is getting in touch with your emotions. It just helps you, and it's one more tool to add to your tool shed. Also, remember that I do have the emotions tracker that can help you as well. So I will just go into the next step, which is going to be to talk about the signs of emotional maturity. And this video should be super fast, not a lot to talk about this time. I was going to go into depth into reparenting, but honestly, that is a video of itself because of how much in depth that can go into. So I'm going to wait on that one. And then also I do just want to add in here that next week I will have a special guest. So come back to see that, and then I will just get started. I'm going to go into the signs of emotional maturity and what you can do with this, and what I did with this is, and guys, I want you guys to know that I am still working on these things to this day. Like, you just don't wake up one day and you do it. It's a thing that you have to keep doing every single day to make it a new habit, to learn new patterns. Because when you're healing, you have to unlearn a lot of bad behaviors and a lot of patterns that you grew up with. So this is an everyday thing that you have to do to yourself. So if you're someone that's starting this healing journey, just be gentle with yourself, because it does take a lot, and I get it. So one of the things that I did was I looked at these signs for emotional maturity, and I was like, okay, this is what, and then this is what it is, and then what do I need to do to get to that habit? What habits am I creating daily that are keeping me in that emotional immaturity? What can I do today that gets me a little bit closer to this? So I'm just going to read off the signs, And the first sign of emotional maturity. And before I get started, let me give you guys a definition of what it means to be emotionally mature. So to be emotionally mature, it means having self-control to manage your emotions and work through to understand them. So the more that you connect to your emotions, like looking at your moon sign or doing the emotions wheel, the more that you can understand that and understand yourself, the more that you'll be able to do these things. And honestly, it just starts coming naturally after you keep doing it a while. That's why I said just be gentle with yourself, because it takes time to unlearn patterns. So just give yourself some time. So I'm going to start with the first sign of emotional maturity, and that is hearing a different opinion and viewpoint from someone else without becoming emotionally reactive. That's the first one. Able to set boundaries and say no without feeling guilt. This one I am working on currently. Understands that perception is a reality and accepts that perception of others without trying to change them. Can be vulnerable when hurt or disappointed. Can sit in undistracted silence with self. This time, I'm just going to add a note to this one. This is, I think, and it's one of the steps. One of the steps in my videos that I'm posting is to understand and come to terms with the fact that healing is going to be a time when you're going to have to spend a lot of time by yourself. So this one is a big one, to be able, because if you can't enjoy your own company, then how do you expect others to enjoy your company? So spending time with yourself is really going to teach you to love yourself and really truly start understanding the person that you are. And honestly, I'm just going to add in here, once you spend more time with yourself, you start really learning your own patterns and seeing what it is that you don't want to do anymore. Next one is takes full accountability for behavior and does not seek to blame. The next one is you find humor and lightheartedness often. And then number 8 is does not view gossip as connection. I'm going to add a note to this one as well. One of the things that I would recommend during this time is to look at the connections that you have and look at the people that you're around and just ask yourself, what conversation am I having every time I talk to them? If it's mostly just gossiping, then maybe that's not a relationship that you want to have during this time. Doesn't mean that you have to stop talking to them completely. It's just learning about setting that boundary of, hey, I'm trying to do something better for myself. And you don't have to tell anybody that you're setting a boundary. That's the thing that I had to learn too. Like, I don't have to let you know that I'm setting a boundary. Me saying this is enough, and I don't have to feel guilty about that. So I just want to add that in here, guys. And then I am going to post down below the videos that have to do with emotions, and then also again link my website. If you go on my website and you're looking for the emotions tracker, it is now under book of the month. Once you click on book of the month, you scroll all the way down, and then at the bottom it has the trackers, and then you can download them instantly to your phone. And if you do have any trouble downloading it, go ahead and send me an email. My email is linked on the website. If you can't reach me by email for any reason, go ahead and send me an Instagram DM. Like I said, guys, this video was going to be short and sweet. I just wanted to add in the signs of emotional maturity, and then again come back next week because I will have a special guest for the next step, which I am so excited for. And I hope that you guys are loving these videos as much as I am. I'm having so much fun recording these. I actually look forward to this now. Before, it was so hard to me. it was so hard for me to even be seen, just the fear of being seen. But here I am, and I'm just happy and thankful that I'm able to create this space for myself and for others, because it does take a lot to go down this road. So I just want to add in here, last thing I will say is subscribe to me, please do. And then go follow me on Instagram. Again, go follow my podcast, because that is going to be more conversational. I'll just end on a quick prayer by saying, thank you, God. I appreciate you for creating this space for us. And I just want to ask you to bless every single person on the other side of this screen. And I ask you to please bless the rest of this Sunday for us. And I love you, God. I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you guys on the next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share this with anybody that you think will benefit from hearing this. I love you guys. Remember, every single day is a new opportunity to grow. And I am leaving. Bye, guys.